Okay. Anyways, I'm ashamed to admit that I have decided that when I buy a PS5, one of the first things I'll be buying is The Last of Us Part 1.
As it should be,
Bro,
though.
don't go to the dark side.
No, it feels so much more worth it now. Like, I get it. I get it.
Can't believe the show hasn't done the Joel shuffle yet.
All right, are you down by 6 going into half? That is a bummer, but
Whoa, how do we lead? Damn, bro.
Ethan's really behind.
Yeah, it's still not even halftime. Oh, they just scored. We're down by 6.
There he goes.
Yeah, bro, The Last of Us is just so
Sam,
good.
you,
I can't.
were you gonna
handle
join
it.
this game?
yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's
What
haven't
game are we
even
playing?
we haven't started.
Yeah.
Is it Rocket League?
BO3.
BO3.
Bro, we went over this earlier. Jackson
We're
said
doing the
anything
egg.
but Rocket League.
Bro, you can't focus on Rocket League, but you can focus
Dude,
on
I haven't
BO3.
played that game. I played that game once
Okay, but
5
like-
years ago.
But like,
And I'm tired.
I don't know about you guys, but like, zombies is almost like a muscle memory thing for me now. Like, I can just kind of play
It is.
zombies.
Yeah. Pierce, why did you leave?
I did.
Yeah, why'd you leave the game?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
you
I
Not
did.
in this
did.
game, bro.
Oh, because I forgot that you could just. I forgot you could just end the game. I assumed that like we all had to leave.
That's been a thing since the first game.
Dude, I am not. I am abbreviated.
He is just pure.
Dude, invite me.
Super Tuesday.
I'm reloading, bro.
It must be Tuesday.
Isn't
Also,
it?
there's gonna be points during this podcast where my dryer makes a very loud buzzing
I'm
noise.
hyped.
Epic.
It's gonna be sick.
I'm hyped.
Let's.
Alright.
Bro, what if we,
I
like.
cannot invite anyone. This game is amazing.
What if we get your
Bro,
dryer
this
noise,
game's
make
broken.
a long ass noise,
I'm
and
just
then the
restarting.
train rolls through, and we just get a
Yo.
good ambient soundtrack going for
Fuck
our
yeah,
audience.
bro.
That'd be
I
sick.
think at the end of this episode we should fade out, and then like just super loud. It's the train and the buzzer.
But only if they happen in the episode, because it has to be a callback.
True.
There.
Because then the audience won't understand why there's just a random train and dryer buzzer going off at the same time.
Someone has to host. I can't invite
I
anyone.
just restarted my game.
I did the
Apparently
same.
no
Okay.
one is playing.
I
Black
will
Ops
do the
3.
same.
Bro, Sam, it sounds like you could invite us.
Bro, Sam looked at the screen like that was like he just had a revelation. No way. That was cute.
Bro.
Ethan, do you work on Saturday?
Yeah. Why? What's going on?
What time do you work? Do you work in the morning?
1 to 9.
Whack.
What's going on?
IU and Purdue are playing, bro.
Oh shit! But that game's like midday, isn't it?
It's like
Mid.
Did they give it this-
30?
Mid.
7:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
Jackson, if you want to come hang out with her, I'm going in a district tap with Brendan, Tyler.
Bro, that's gonna go so hard.
I will think about it.
I bet the bar's gonna be so busy.
Jackson, how's
Yes,
your job?
bro. Yeah, how is
I am so tired.
the 9 to
Fuck
5
waking
grind?
up at. I wake up at.
What do you do all
6:30.
day?
I start at 8, not 9.
Oh, do you get off
You
at
gotta
4?
get up at 6:30. That's brutal.
Yeah.
Oh, I
'Cause I gotta
accidentally
get-
joined Pierce.
What do
I
you
gotta
do
get
all
ready
day?
for half an hour, and then I have to drive half an hour.
Oh, damn.
Well, currently I train all day for like the next week.
Naturally. Train
What
for the
is-
first-
But what will you be doing? Like, what will your day-to-day be?
Coding. Thinking about coding.
Coding forever? You're just forever coding?
Yeah. Going into meetings.
You don't ever
I was
run
gonna
out of
say,
stuff
like
to
you'll
code?
be you're like specifically looking like people will come with like software issues or things that have pointed out in the company, and then you have to go in and look at the code of like whatever software they're using, kind of deal.
Pretty much.
It's never too late to come and get hit by an autistic kid.
True.
As we all should be doing.
Welcome back to the Off the Gourd podcast, episode 34.
34. Wow.
Yeah, damn.
The episode has started early enough that you get to hear us debate about what zombies map we have to play, because you started it before we were ready. So what are we playing?
Dealer,
There's
whoever
so
said
there's
it.
2 maps on this game.
So I think we're gonna play one of those two.
I was kind of thinking Origins. I won't lie.
Yo.
I'm gonna use my power of veto.
No.
Ah!
Bro,
He
I can
did it.
That was a flawed system. We should have never
Bro, you-
allowed a power veto.
Sam used his one veto this year. In order to get another, he has to defeat us all in combat.
Unlikely. All right, Sam. So you vetoed, so you have to give a counter.
What's your counter pick, bro?
My counter offer is, what are the maps?
There's 14
uh,
of them.
Kino der Toten.
That is one.
We could do some Kino, a little throwback.
The Derice
Throwing it
remake,
back
the
in
Giant.
Kino.
Let's, yeah.
Or Shadows.
I veto Shadows.
Bro, you were gonna be
The
like no
Giant.
Origins, but then suggest Shadows.
Bro, Shadows
It's
is like
different.
the one
It's a
map
different
in
beast.
this game that I know front
It's
to
a different
back.
beast.
Completely different, bro.
I got to do like
Alright.
parkour in Shadows.
Yeah. Let's do the Giant.
The Giant?
Yeah.
The
Man.
Giant.
What a great idea to release the Giant alongside Shadows of Evil.
Yes.
To have a map that's so casual paired with one that's so not casual. It's just like perfect. When this came
Bless
out,
you.
Bless me.
No.
when this came out, it was like, because as much as I love Shadows, it was kind of it got better with age, you know.
You played it a little more. You understood a little more. You could go a
You
little
didn't
further.
like it as much, you know. Or
I firmly
got-
believe it's the best zombies map ever.
it's top 3 for sure.
It's a good map. I don't think I put it that high though.
Oh yeah, I think Ethan is an infamously he's a Shadows of Evil disliker.
I am.
That's
I'm
unfortunate.
not afraid to admit it. Shadows of Evil is like mid.
Skill issue.
That's not true, bro. How is it mid?
To call
I'm
it
with
mid
you
is
that it's
crazy,
gotten-
bro. It's the most
And with you that it's
stylized
gotten
map,
better
for
with
sure.
age, I agree that it's the most stylized, and I'm not faulting
That-
him there.
that's-
But I'm
you know,
talking
that's,
like
you gotta give points for that, though.
running around that map is a pain in my ass.
Nah.
Like learning that map was shitty, bro. Maybe it was just 15-year-old me having a problem with it, but I hated
Skill
it, especially at the
issue.
start.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a skill issue.
Y'all, all three know that's not even true.
It is.
Nah, bro. Y'all have played with me. You know it ain't a skill issue.
It is a skill issue
All right, whatever.
because we don't have that issue.
No, y'all are just fucking weebs for the map. You're like, oh my god, it's different. It has to be so great. Different doesn't
Okay.
make it great, bro.
You're right, bro.
What's your favorite map?
Fucking laser sword makes it great.
Yeah, I'd say like the
Alright.
Wonder Weapon makes it great.
The swords are
Mark
pretty
Rocket.
awesome.
The bootlegger,
I'd say the
bro,
Easter
I
eggs
hardly
make it
knew her.
great.
The bootlegger is not a good gun.
The
Don't
Pack-a-Punch camo.
put it
The
up
music.
The Pack-a-Punch camo was cool.
Uh,
The music somehow...
Pack-a-Punch
sequence
camo
at
is
the end
just-
where you like, do the ritual to get the Pack-a-Punch. Pretty sick.
What's your favorite map,
Fair.
Ethan?
Maps.
Origins, hands
Knew it.
down.
I think
Oh,
that's, like,
wait,
number
why'd I
3
ask
for
that?
me,
I
so
knew that.
can't like disagree
Yeah.
with you on that.
But like, how? What does Origins have that Shadows doesn't?
Bro, it was
From, like,
easier
a
for me to
gameplay
learn,
perspective.
and maybe it's
Skill
I would-
issue.
I really dug the way like they distributed power in Origins, and that was one of the first examples of when like the staves and having like 4 wonder weapons in that kind of way.
Ooh,
And
how is Origins
Like-
easier to learn than Shadows when Shadows it's literally just split up into 3 different things and each one is labeled.
bro, it was confusing as fuck. There's too many sharp corners. I get stuck everywhere.
Bro, they're literally labeled by name in big like arches as you
Also,
head into
Arches
the
are way
what
up.
perk
You
is
ain't
in
even
each.
looking at those. I do know how to know what perk is in each, and like I've learned all those things. It
No,
just
yeah,
wasn't
like, but that's just
fun
the little
doing it.
accessibility thing. So you can always choose to go the path of Jug first.
It wasn't fun doing it though. Like I don't know, bro.
It has Jeff Goldblum in there.
And he's cool. I love Jeff Goldblum, but he doesn't
Love me some
Jack
save the
motherfucking
map.
Vincent, bro.
He's not cool, bro. Get over yourself.
You take that back.
I'll talk to Jackie Vincent however I fucking please, bro.
I still think
Anyways, Pierce,
that's
what's your favorite map?
Oh. I wasn't I don't know actually. That's what is I can't like think what the map I play the most is because I feel like that would be my favorite. I think I would say like if you asked me like at my prime of playing zombies, I'd probably say Horizon Drog. Right now I can't I'm like currently it might be different, like if I thought about it, but I would say that like probably Horizon Drog. I don't know. It's hype. It was hype.
Yeah,
Was a
I think I
mad hype
burnt
map.
myself out on that when I played it so much. But it is undeniably up there.
The bows.
See, yeah, because I'd say that map's kind of my origins.
I enjoy the bows a little more than the stabs. Except
Me
I do
too.
love that the stabs have the like little revive end on it when you upgrade
Yes.
them. That part.
Sekhmet's
really cool.
vigor, bro.
Shout out.
Shout
You ever
out,
mod
Sekhmet.
mod Black Ops 2, bro? And you
Yes, bro.
get that shit automatic.
Yes,
awesome.
bro. Here
I
comes
love
the
how
train.
easy it is to mod Black Ops
I went
2.
down because I
It's
got
so
distracted
good.
by the train.
I wonder if that's why like they stopped because I feel like with Call of Duty like each year theater mode becomes less and less if it's even included in a game.
Watch your back.
It's like it's less and less. It works not good, like there's not as many features. It's just it gets worse every time it makes an appearance in COD. I wonder if that's because they keep having to strip stuff away because people were modding with
Modding.
it so easily. Because like literally to get mods on Black Ops 2, all you have to do is find a specific. There's
Film.
clips out there that have mod infections on them, and you just watch them, and they put the mods on your game. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just takes like 5 minutes, and you got mods. I feel like that's why theater mode isn't like as much of a important of a thing to them anymore.
How'd that shit work though?
Theater mode?
No, the like modding through theater mode.
I don't know.
I don't
It's called
know.
it's called an infection. That's the type of mod it is. It's an infection.
Yeah.
So how does
So
that
like
work?
theater mode, it's not videos of gameplay.
Oh yeah, because it
It's-
recreates it.
Yeah, it's taking like their inputs and like, all the things that happened in their game and recreating it in like the engine that you're on.
That makes
So-
a lot of sense actually.
Either it's like, that their game was modded, so then like when they upload their stuff, like the mod carries over because you're basically like downloading their version of the game too. Or it's like they've, like the mod attached something to that recreation and it infects the game.
Whoa.
Yeah, bro, mods are crazy. I miss like. Do you think that games like Black Ops 3 will ever get like heavily modded?
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, I mean, it's been how many years? 8 this year, or yeah, 8
Yeah,
this year.
8 came out in 2015.
So it's been 7 years basically of this game. I feel like 7 years after Black Ops. Obviously, the games are far apart, and this game has more security than a game that came out in 2012. But like, I feel like 7 years after Black Ops 2 came out, people were like, it was already modded the hell. Like, you couldn't get on a lobby without. Because 7 years after 2012 is 2019. It was definitely modded to shit. But, like, I feel like this game isn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen any evidence of it, at least. I haven't come across it myself, but...
I wish it was, because...
We have not played multiplayer in a very long time.
Yeah.
I feel like I've played recently enough. I've played within, like, the last 2 years. But... then maybe they've come out with something in the last 2 years. What's your favorite map, Jackson? You didn't say. I guess we're going around.
There's too many good ones.
There are. All right, what's your least favorite map? I feel like least favorite's always way easier to pick.
Yeah. Black Ops 1 knocked.
Why Black Ops 1 knocked?
And not World at War knocked.
Because World at War has nostalgia and different guns. Black Ops 1 has like the worst guns, and knocked is not a good map.
Bro, that's a hill, bro. Knocked is a great map. It is.
I don't know about great.
Bro, that map is so great. Dude, if that was a bad map, then zombies would not exist today. If there was not something like good about that map, zombies would not exist. I think it's inherently good.
I think it was good for what it needed, like for the start. But if you put it in the context of greater and like what they did,
but it's still good.
It
I think it's always
not as good as those.
I think it's always good. It's not as good, but it's like baseline. It's good.
Yes.
Like even comparative to them, it's still good. There are maps I would much rather not play as opposed to Knocked. They may be more feature rich. Like, there may like
Shangri-La, for instance.
Let's say Shang. Even though like I do enjoy Shang sometimes. I have to be in a mood. But like Shang may be more feature rich and more developed than Knocked. But I would much rather play Knocked over Shangri-La. I think that's
Yeah.
I think that says something. It's like, it's simple, but it still works. The core formula is there. And the formula and the map don't like interfere with each other.
I agree.
Have you guys grown on transit through the years?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It sucks, but
in a good way. It's like a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to play and not fun to play. I like the parts of
transit under Knocked.
I think objectively,
Even though Knocked is in transit.
Is that why you put transit under Knocked? Is because it has Knocked in it, so it's automatically
Knocked,
lower.
but worse.
And it has Knocked in it. if it didn't have Knocked in it, it would be above Knocked on the list.
Yeah.
No, I think Transit is objectively like a bad map, but it's just so fun to play. Like with friends, like if the four of us just hopped on
True.
Transit, it'd be fun. Like,
Bro,
'Cause-
any of
'cause-
those moments when we're all in like the power station and somebody's like, "Oh my god, I just got the Mark II," and then they try to jump across that lava pit, and it never works.
That's been you multiple times.
It's been all of us multiple
no, bro,
times.
my favorite
There's
like
clips.
like recently we played and like, cause the map is just so weird and like, it can just any game can have the potential for like the funniest shit. And like we were on the bus, I think,
Yes.
and Ethan was just like standing, and
Yes,
there's those like downed power lines you have to crouch under, and he just didn't crouch, and he got like launched into a horde of zombies. It's like that shit's hilarious. That's why I love playing that map.
Bro, that clip is so funny because like it's from one of your guys' perspective, and you're like looking, and you see me just fly off the bus, and then you hear me go, "Yo!"
Yeah, he goes, yo.
God.
I
have to
love
look
Transit.
through. I gotta look through my Xbox thing to see if that was me.
I'm a pro at just walking into that little like lava pit. Like when you get out of the laboratory
Mm-hmm.
every time.
It is always very stressful. Like I've played that map so many
Especially.
times, and I'm still like always super careful about making sure that I have plenty of like running room, and like I get a good, good speed to get across.
Because like Black Ops 2 controls did not help with that. Like
Mm-hmm.
the sprint would sometimes give out on you, and like on the old like 360 controllers, if you had used your left analog stick too much, sometimes the sprint would just give out anyways.
Yeah.
How much of a better map would Transit be if you could hold multiple parts?
Much.
Extremely. Because you
Like,
wouldn't have to revisit all these
why couldn't they
places.
change that?
I don't know.
They did it in like Mob of the Dead and Origins.
Yeah, but to be fair,
Why
the
couldn't
Mob
they
of
go
the Dead
back?
ones, like
And Buried, or maybe they didn't in Buried.
they
I don't
didn't in
remember.
Buried. You could only
That's
carry
so
one
weird.
part at a time in Buried. But the Mob of the Dead one, like for the plane, like those were quest items, you know?
Yeah.
Like-
Plus, you did have to take them one by one.
Yeah. Like each person could only carry one.
Yeah.
I don't know why they.
But then the, oh no, and you couldn't pick up like more than one shield part.
Nope.
So yeah, you couldn't.
Oh no,
you couldn't pick up
I think it
multiple
was.
things in Mob of the Dead.
No, no wait. I think what I'm thinking of is that it was a shared inventory. I think like certain things, like if
I
someone.
don't think it was.
No, like
No. Oh,
There
if
was
someone
some-
no for the plane parts, yeah, it was. Like if one person picked it up, couldn't the other build it?
I don't think so.
I
But it
think
was
they could.
only
I
still
remember
one
there
at a
being.
time.
I remember there being.
I don't know.
There was something different about the buildables in Mob of the Dead and Origins that the others
Oh.
didn't have. I
I
know
wanna
it was
go back and
something.
play it later.
Bro, let's go. Yeah, let's play some fucking.
Mob of the
I'll
Dead.
have to find my Black Ops 2 disc.
See, that's the worst part, bro.
It's in this apartment somewhere.
Going off of Call of Duty, because this is like hot.
What's your favorite map, Sam?
Bro, we started
said-
with
Yeah.
Oh,
me.
Microsoft and Nintendo have entered like a 10-year agreement, like binding contract to bring Xbox, not just Call of Duty, but certain other Xbox titles also to Nintendo
Yo.
platforms day and day. Feature-rich content parody. probably if they're releasing on Switch, it's probably going to be a cloud. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But I do think that. I mean, we'll have to see Nintendo's next system, but I do think that their next system could just like I've heard rumors about Activision specifically creating a Nintendo division
That would be
for
actually
games.
insane.
So like maybe their next console will be
Oh,
powerful.
there's the dryer.
enough. I can't hear it.
Yo, I can't hear it either.
All right.
We did get the train and the dryer.
Wait, we got the train?
Yeah, did
Steve, you
y'all
gotta
not
protect
hear
me.
it?
No, we didn't. Did you guys hear the train?
Got it, boys.
He said it, but I didn't hear it.
Like,
Damn.
Oh,
yeah.
What's going on?
keep talking. I'm just gonna go move my laundry.
Hyped for all the kids now that will be able to play Call of Duty that couldn't before. I remember my Call of Duty Wii days. We've all been
But
there.
they also signed a contract with Nvidia, who was a company who opposed the transaction.
Oh.
But they signed a
Didn't
deal.
Nvidia like cancel their console already though?
They have like cloud stuff. I think it's for like the GeForce Now.
Wow.
But they're also going to get that. But Nvidia's going to get that, and now they're in support of the deal.
Oh, because it would probably bring Activision games to them too.
Well, that's what the whole thing they signed was. But there's no
Ah.
if the CMA like sees this stuff and still believes that Microsoft like
Is trying to monopolize the gaming industry.
then they're insane, because this isn't just like Microsoft saying they're going to. They specifically they specify, they entered binding agreements, like they can be enforced if Xbox was to not go on their word. Like they can get in trouble for it. Like Xbox has to do it. They can't go back because they signed an agreement. It wasn't.
Xbox and Nintendo.
Yeah.
Xbox and Nintendo and Xbox and Nvidia.
Oh, what did they do with Nvidia?
Pretty much the same
Nvidia.
thing they did with Nintendo.
Yeah, because Nvidia has their like GeForce Now, like cloud thing,
Oh,
and so they're gonna be getting those games. Because Nvidia was they were a company who was opposed of the deal,
Beforehand.
but now they are.
I wonder if those
for the-
agreements fall through if the deal doesn't go through.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The agreements are all about if the deal goes through. But like I don't understand how like a judge could look at this and say, "No, I still don't trust you guys. I still think you're not going to do it." Like they Xbox is doing everything in their power to like show, "Hey, we're not like a threat. We won't call it like Minecraft is on every console. Why would they not treat it like like Xbox would be stupid to remove Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know it
Sony's
won't
just
bring people to Xbox. It'll just kill Call of Duty.
yeah. Because I mean, some Call of Duty players will more than be more than happy to buy a new console and play it, but like super casuals are just going to be upset because we're like right after the we're 3 years into this life cycle. Casuals just bought a new console and they had to fight to get it because these things were hard to get. Some probably even bought some for higher price than they're supposed to be. And then now their favorite game that they love to play is on a different console. Like they can't afford it. It's like it's not worth it.
It always amazes me how many people play Warzone.
For real.
Well, it's free.
Yeah, but still.
That's a big thing. I just want this deal to go through. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing about it. and I don't even want it to go through because of Call of Duty. I want Call of Duty to be on Game Pass.
Yes.
Put Guitar Hero on Game Pass, cowards. That's what I
But
want.
yeah, I want like, but
Yes.
yeah, that's what I'm excited for. I want like Guitar Hero. Um, Microsoft would.
We don't have guitars.
Yeah.
We could get
I'm just
guitars.
gonna be hitting the buttons on my just the face buttons,
I
shredding.
have a Wii guitar.
Yo.
The
Um,
aftermarket for those guitars would skyrocket if they came to Game Pass. So get them now,
They're
folks.
they've already skyrocketed.
Fuck.
yeah. um, they'll own Crash and Spyro.
Ooh.
That's a big
Well,
one
we shouldn't
too.
rule out the
Like,
possibility that Microsoft/Activision would reproduce some modern guitars just for the old games.
they might. I think they'll just make a new game. Hasn't Phil
Yeah.
Spencer said that?
He wants
included
to bring
that in
back
the list of
Guitar
things he
Hero.
wants to bring back. Yeah,
Yeah.
Who
it is
did-
the perfect live service game. I mean, they didn't work
Yeah.
out with Guitar Hero Live, but I really think that they should give it a chance with the original control.
problem
scheme.
with
I think
Guitar
new
Hero-
control
yeah, the
scheme turned
problem
people
with-
off.
Yeah, that was the problem.
I
with
liked it
Guitar
better,
Hero Live.
but I understand why some people did not like it.
Well, it's just don't
I
fix
did
what's not
not.
broken.
It's more accurate to like guitar,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but at that point, Guitar Hero had already kind of cemented itself in its control
Yeah.
scheme.
yeah, I get that. For sure.
And after so long without a game,
To
you
change
know,
it.
to change
Bro.
to finally have a new game and it not be what you remember, I can definitely see
Dripping
that.
tap on Guitar Hero.
Bro.
Dude,
That would
My-
go crazy.
my
I'm gonna go
fingies would
down.
be tired.
Okay. I didn't go down.
Imagine being the first person to like 100% that.
20 straight, well, 18.
Do you guys
minutes
think
of
this?
straight Guitar Hero?
Do you guys think this deal will get blocked?
Nah.
Not in. Well, the problem is for overseas, right? Like, it's not being blocked in U.S. courts. It's being blocked
The
in U.K. courts.
The U.S. Was skeptical of it, but I think it's still. From what I've heard, it's still extremely likely. Like they are nowhere near as against it as the CMA is, and they even called out some things that the CMA had like said they were worried about, and as just like blatantly wrong.
So I think it'll definitely get through American courts then, but I don't know what that would mean for their business overseas.
I don't know that either. Is it an all or nothing thing? Like they have to get approval from everyone?
I do not know.
Well, yeah.
That's
but, I
not-
mean, ultimately, yes. I mean,
Do
'cause
they
You
though?
can't,
Like they would,
unless
but
wanna
could they
stop doing
still?
business in Europe?
No, but I'm saying like, could they still go through with the merger on the American side of their business, but keep their overseas businesses separated?
I
Like,
could
you
be
would-
wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw something that essentially said if it doesn't go through in Europe, it'd be dead in the water here too. And something about something business something.
I do know. I have heard that if it doesn't go, I can't. It makes sense. I can't. I'm not a financial guy, so I don't understand any of this. But I've heard that like it's not. It would not be good for Activision if the deal doesn't go through because like their stockholders will never get as good of a price again, like as the
Oh, yeah,
as
no.
the selling price. So like a lot of them will probably just sell, and then like their stocks will plummet. And I saw like multiple things saying that it's very possible that like they could cease to be a company within like a year of the deal not going through. Like that's how
Honestly,
that's how bad it
Good.
is.
But could you imagine? Aren't they like the biggest game studio?
Yeah,
Like-
but like
yeah, but kind of for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Call of Duty makes a lot of money, but apparently like it's honest like it's not as much as it seems with like all the overhead and like everything.
Hmm.
It's just like not again, I'm not a financial guy, so I can only speak to what I've heard. And
Yeah,
I
I think
tried to
EA
make
EA is
not that
a
sense
good.
better
of
publisher because they have all the sports games that sell like wildfire every year.
yeah, like Call of
Mm.
Duty is like that's really all Activision has that like that does this, and they just couldn't. They wouldn't be able to continue if all their stocks dropped like that, and all they had was Call of Duty. So this deal like kind of has to go through for Activision. I think that's why they're pushing for it so hard too. Because if they could just go back to normal, if the deal doesn't go through, then I don't think they would be like so like
Forcing. Yeah.
Activision speaking out against regulators more than Microsoft is. Like they're really wanting this deal to go through.
Man, could you imagine if we watched the collapse of Activision?
Haymaker or Brecci?
Brecci.
Brecci.
Reggie.
Um, man, that would be crazy. So what would all the IPs just get like sold off?
That's I think what was like supposed like. I thought like I didn't think that they would necessarily go under, but they would essentially have to sell off, or they would go under, but they wouldn't be selling off their IPs. They'd sell off their studios. And
Oh, so all the
IPs
other
as
game
well.
studios they've
They'd dissolve
acquired.
essentially. All the things that they acquired would become independent,
their own
again,
companies.
or sold
Yeah.
off to other companies. So like, everyone would get a piece of the pie, type of deal.
Does anyone have the Wonder Waff?
Nope.
Which honestly, like, if these other companies can find a good home or like get it, a lot of times when that happens, the companies end up going under, and it's kind of sad. But like, if some of these companies could find a good home or get some footing, I think they would love that because they wouldn't have to work on Call of Duty anymore. Because that's what every
Yeah.
company Activision does works on now is Call of Duty.
That's
What the
true.
fuck is Blundell up to, bro?
For real.
Where did he
Where-
go?
That dude formed his own studio and then left before the game even came out. Before we even
haven't
know what
heard
the
a
game
peep
is.
From him.
I think JC Backfire's still there.
I don't know.
I think he is.
We could check.
He was.
They have like an employee list.
Well, I'm sure he had. I know he had it like in his Twitter bio, like because he was like the community manager.
Yeah.
Man, that's a cool. Imagine like what a like cool like life progression. You're just like a college student, and or you just start like making YouTube videos for fun for a while, and then like you go to college, and then you start blowing up on YouTube, and then you meet the head of the like thing that you make YouTube videos on, and then you get to do a reveal with that seen by millions of people, and then you get to go work at his game studio. Like, just because you wanted to make, like, Halo and Sonic videos and zombie videos when you were a kid.
That would be so crazy.
Like,
to
that's
have
wild.
Such an opportunity.
Some people are just too lucky in life, bro.
Right.
Oh,
They
I
need to
swear,
chill
I'm
the fuck
tired
out.
of it. Y'all
Maybe
making
a
me mad
tragedy or
jealous. For real. Yeah, I hope this deal goes through. I just want it to be over with. I feel like there's just this tension in the air in the gaming industry of this deal because it's such a big thing. And there's so much like negativity around it with the regulators. I just want it to be over, bro. I just want Call of Duty to be on Xbox, Game Pass, and then Sam can play Black Ops 4 with us.
True.
That's all I want. I do have a worry that like this deal could lead to like they're not allowed to put Xbox on Game Pass.
Call of Duty.
Wasn't
on
that
Game
one of
Pass?
CMA's
Or yeah,
demands?
Call of Duty.
Wait,
I think it was one of that was one of Sony's.
It was one of
demands.
Sony's.
Oh.
Because
Sony's not even trying to like their tiers that they have for PlayStation Plus, like from what I've heard, they're not. It's not even like close to like the same type of thing
No.
as that, and they aren't even marketing it like near as much as like Xbox markets Game Pass. You know, like,
Their top tiers pretty much Game Pass.
but like they're not like, you know, like they're not pushing it.
I don't know.
I've never heard, dude.
No.
I mean, I don't,
only,
I don't see like Game Pass advertisements. Most of the Game Pass advertisements I see when I turn on my Xbox, and it's the same with the PlayStation. I get bombarded with the like PlayStation
no, I see it.
Essential.
No, I see them on like websites, like social media.
I don't really see ads for either.
And there's
Depends
all
on
and there's and
websites.
bro, they always got free Game Pass codes in a box of Pop Tarts, bro.
That's true. I do see it on Pop Tarts.
Yeah, there's some
Yeah, I mean,
there's some
Sony's
like
service, to be honest, does have really great value to it. The top tier.
I've heard
'Cause,
that
you know,
it's
they
like
also have
not.
that retro library, which is pretty cool.
That's
Um,
true.
And
Isn't that stuff only streaming still, or did they
Yeah.
no,
make
it's
it?
just only PS3 is. I mean, I'm sure there's some others within PS2, but like it's and because that PS3 has always been notoriously difficult to emulate. But apparently, it's something they're working on, getting those native versions.
Well,
Um,
the PS3 architecture it was ridiculous.
I just want Sony to just like fucking grow up. Just, this company's buying
For
another
real.
company, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
they're
I
letting you
don't
keep.
like- They're just like they're business people doing business things. So I don't like I disagree with it. I'm like I don't care as a consumer. I want this deal to go through, but like I'm not surprised or like shocked that they're fighting it. And I know like it's their job essentially to fight it. So
they're fighting it hard though,
do
like
it.
really hard.
Yeah.
Like if they're still letting you keep Call of Duty on, like that's the thing you're fighting for, and if they're literally like they are giving you every opportunity to keep Call of Duty on there, and you're still saying no.
Right. But I think
It's
like
like-
even I think they're even worried like even if in like 10 years, you know, Call of Duty is no longer a PlayStation game, that scares them because I mean, you look at the past 10 years, what's been the like best-selling game on PlayStation consoles every
Do you
year
think
that
Call of
year?
Duty
But they
will ever
also-
die off?
I'm
I don't think
sure
it'll-
eventually. I think it
No.
already like Fortnite and like the like existence of games like that tells me that okay, eventually there's going to be a new juggernaut, right?
No, not quite like Call of Duty, I don't think. The
I mean,
gaming market
Fortnite
is gonna
was.
continue. The gaming market is going to continue to diverge into smaller and smaller, like niche video game interests like that. Like, or maybe not smaller and smaller, but like you see how like before like Fortnite, it was all Call of Duty everywhere for like first-person shooter multiplayer games.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got the battle royale style, and you had Fortnite like take a market share essentially, and show that like not all video game consumers are interested in just that first-person shooter type beat.
I feel
kinda
you.
think you'll continue to see
And so you think
divergence
things are going
among
to start
the gaming
splitting up
community.
more and more? You think we're going to
Over
start
time?
seeing like? Do you think Call of Duty will ever become like stripped of like this holistic experience of, you know, every Call of Duty you got campaign, multiplayer, zombies, or co-op, you know, any like
Yeah.
Modern Warfare doesn't do zombies.
I don't know.
Do you think
They
we'll
barely
ever
did
see?
co-op this year.
Yeah.
You think we'll ever see a day where, like, Call of Duty doesn't come with like three? It's just one mode. Warzone
I think
aside.
what I
I
used to
mean,
always see
I was gonna say,
regular multiplayer
arguably,
in
you could
Warzone.
say Warzone. Like they would cut it down to just multiplayer because that's what they find most of the gaming like consumers to be.
And then,
interested
but then like you know, for people who still want single player Call of Duties, they like make them these big single. Oh man, that's kind of a cool idea.
that would be kind of cool actually, because then the
Call of
studios
Duty-
could actually focus on
The
it.
way they monetize Call of Duty multiplayer is already so like free to play. They should just make Call of Duty multiplayer free to play, and then like release campaigns every few years and like have them be like huge AAA experiences. You know,
That would be incredible.
that's a game you're gonna remember.
Yeah.
Like that's a game you're gonna want to play. And then like you can also have zombies. I don't know how you would. I don't know if you could make a whole game. You'd have to change how zombies is.
I just
It'd
want a
finally be the
zombies game
standalone.
that I didn't like. I think the standalone zombies game should just be like the ultimate, like Zombies Chronicles 1 and plus
I was
2.
gonna ask, what if
Yes.
they made a standalone zombies game? What would you guys want?
Just a
All
package
of the
of almost
maps.
every map, if not all of them, with like
Yeah.
Just
unified kind of systems, but like unified to like be, I think, like kind of a Black Ops 3 kind of feel would be my ideal.
Yes.
okay. No like campaign or anything.
Nah,
Like a campaign doesn't really work with
The
zombies.
campaign is the zombie Easter egg stories. They could find a
Well,
way to
well, no. What
implement
I was
that and
saying,
make it
what
a
I
little
was
more
thinking,
accessible for people.
what I was thinking was like you take the zombies story and you turn it into because you turn it into more of a cinematic experience because the
Yeah.
Easter eggs themselves, like they try to be as cinematic as they can, but for most of the time you're picking up something, putting somewhere else, or you're looking at some like a symbol to put somewhere else. Um,
True. It'd be hard to have that be like a
like
recognizable,
the
like,
the
oh, hey, you were
steps.
looking for this thing.
so just like more cutscenes, more
It's very
explicit
Easter
detail.
Easter eggs like taken outside. Like if you just look at the steps, like okay, the fact that you have to say steps, like that's not a story, you know.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
campaign
so
where
like
you
replace
take
steps with like missions.
yeah like a
Yeah.
camp like each map is a mission and you have different objectives in that mission and like since it's a campaign the zombies are
Fuck.
it's not waves it's like it's like an ongoing wave but like maybe the ongoing wave comes like maybe sometimes you have more sometimes you have less because you think about like cutscenes like they'll end and there will be like a million zombies then you start the map and there's like an extremely
And
low
it's
amount
round
of
one.
yeah so like in the cinematics they don't adhere to those rules so it'd be interesting to see like a campaign where um you're playing through these maps that but there's not like the zombie it kind of would probably be like Outbreak how like um
Yeah.
how there's
You
zombies
come.
just like kind of around and but then there's also you can also get like large patches of zombies and they can still respawn they can still be like barricades to rip down
I do
but
agree it'd be
then
cool, but they'd never do that.
no they would never do it no
Yeah.
this is fucking
This is
this is my
a nice like
dreams
if yeah the dream scenario.
but like you go through and it's like you're like imagine like Shangri-La and you're actually having this like cinematic jungle imagine how much better Shangri-La would be you're having to like it feel like Uncharted or like Indiana Jones and you're like going through
Yes.
these temples imagine like you can be cinematic so you could walk up to like some vines and press X and then like you're chopping through them like slowly like you're trekking through the jungle. Oh, shit would be cool. They'd never do it, but a boy can dream.
What are you waiting for? Oh, that's what you're waiting for.
All right. What about esports, Sam?
Well, it kind of like goes alongside what Ethan was talking about with the diversification of games. I was just watching some basketball earlier, thinking about esports. Just like I don't think it's a worthwhile question of like will esports ever get as popular as sports. I just don't think that's possible, at least in our lifetime.
Apparently,
Then I was
esports are
thinking
kind of
about
having
like
troubles.
why are esports not like why haven't they become mainstream? And I enjoy watching esports. I think they're pretty fun. I consider like speed running races esports. I like some fighting game shindigs. Not so much into like FPS esports, but I just think like as a medium, the one like in like what makes sports so, easy to follow is it's the same. The rules do change in sports, but it's at its core, it's been the same sport forever, and like what's popular in esports is so in and out that you can't like it's hard to be a fan of a specific game or like have one specific game thrive. It's more about being a general fan of esports or a certain like genre of esport.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that like that dynamic nature of esports and like just makes it too inaccessible.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just thinking about it. Do you ever think that esports will cross into like the mainstream, like on
No.
ESPN at prime time? We're having like a
Nah.
Smash tournament. Don't think it's possible.
No way.
Unless like future generations are extremely disinterested in real sports because of like technology being present in their lives constantly.
Yeah. Plus, it's like for something to not be in the mainstream, it's very hard to get into the mainstream, especially when we're talking about like all of America, as opposed to like, like just the gaming
And
community.
old
Even in the
heads-
gaming community, esports isn't really mainstream.
Old heads are so like they still don't understand that. You mean people like to watch other people play video games?
As if people
Why
don't
not
like
just-
to watch other people play sports.
Why not just play the video games yourself?
Why not just play the sport yourself?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, older generations aside, video games themselves and like competitive video games, I would say are definitely mainstream. I mean, I talk to, I feel like one in every handful of people, as much people as like are into sports are into video games. I'd say if not more people are into video games.
Yeah, video
But I
games in
just-
general.
To that competitive side of it, or at least like from a standpoint of like of viewers, I just don't think it'll ever have that same appeal as sports. And the other thing is like it's easier to be a good gamer than it is to be a great athlete, and that's just like it comes down to like physicality. Like you can be 45 and still
Game at peak.
game at peak level if like it's at least it seems more obtainable than like being 45 and being in the NFL. Like you kind of watch them to see something that you could never be versus, and not to say like it's easy to be a professional gamer, but I don't know. I don't look at someone playing a video game super well and think, well, that's impossible. Except for speedrunners. Those guys are fucking crazy. I could never do that shit.
You don't think you could speedrun a game?
Not very well.
I don't have the like. I don't
Not
know.
like we're not saying world record speedrun. We're saying like you're getting a really good personal best.
Define like real. Nah, I still don't think
I don't
so.
just
I think,
just no,
wait.
just like I feel like you have to look at that. It's like it's personal. Like to say really good. You have to look at that and think I did a really good job here.
I
what-
think,
what's
like,
something
I
that,
have
like,
the
you- like, you
capacity
think-
to do that, but I don't have like the attention span. Like I want to play something, like what I want to play changes way too often. I could never stick with one game and like do that.
Well, let's say like I'm
That's
saying
fair.
the most casual speed run. Let's say like you're not doing like a one sitting. Like you're just trying to like how some games have like an in-game timer. Like you can see how much time's been played. Like you're just trying to have that best time. You can do different play sessions of it. Like don't Metroid games have like a timer at the end always? To say how long it took you to beat it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Like just trying to beat Metroid Prime as fast as you can.
Yeah,
It can be a
I could
different
do
play.
that, but I think like me beating Metroid Prime in like a very reasonable amount of hours that makes me proud is very different from like speed running.
No, but it's speed. You're speed running for yourself. It's all
Yeah, but like that's like asking me if I can go outside and like throw a nice spiral to my dad. Yeah, I could do that. But that's a very different thing than like being a pro football player, like being even a competitive football player.
No, everyone has their beginnings somewhere,
I
bro.
play street ball, bro.
Bro, you think every speedrunner started out of the gate running Super Mario Bros at 5 minutes?
I
Nah, that
believe it.
took time, bro. You gotta learn. You develop. You look at you're playing the game and you say, "Whoa, if I jump up here, I can get there faster." Or if I bet I could pull off a sick jump.
Also, like I don't know. I feel like you have to have kind of like I don't know. You have to have memory like that that I don't have. Like and I know it just comes with like again these like no 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 you can't say that. Talking about worst maps of all time, this man was about to queue up Zetsubo no Shima.
I was really hoping no one would notice.
But like yeah, I'm just not willing to put in the hours, and I feel like it would take me much longer to memorize an entire game and every sequence in that game and every corner and everything than like speedrunners do. I think they've got this like there's definitely some natural talent there.
Okay, but Ethan, do you think you could speedrun the Origins Easter egg?
Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. We did that shit for like I don't know. I remember being like 15 and like pushing all of you guys to
Bro,
do the Easter egg as
anytime-
fast as we could.
Oh my god, this dude made me hate Origins.
That was me with the mob Easter egg.
Just because anytime we played it, I was like, we got to be out in no man's land by round 4. We got to have this by round 8 when the Panzer comes. Like,
I only grew to love Origins.
Also, to be fair, in Black Ops 2, you had to be set up before the Panzer came.
true.
I only grew to love Origins when it came out in Black Ops 3, and I couldn't play with Ethan.
Yeah.
So I got to just experience the map.
But also, like, even though Black Ops 2 Origins was still pretty good, the Black Ops 3 version was such a glow up, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember people thinking, like, wait, why would they remake Origins? It wasn't even that long ago. I mean, I guess at that point, it was, let's see, it was 2017 when
4.
Chronicles
Oh, yeah,
came out.
5 years.
So, and Origins came out in 13. So, I mean,
4 years.
it's still a decent amount of time, and it looks amazing. Like, it's phenomenal. How did we get to there? What were we talking about?
Esports.
Oh, do you guys think you could speedrun any zombie Easter eggs, though?
Nah. Dude, I can barely do an Easter egg regularly.
Come on, Jackson. I know you have an answer to this one.
Are there any that I know right now? I could speedrun Der Eisen.
Yo.
Do you need all
can't- I don't
those
even
for
think-
that?
I couldn't. I need Reddit to do an Easter egg. Like I'm not even close to being able to speed run. You know.
I can't even.
You only need one upgraded bow.
Okay. Good. Did you used to need 4?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. What's up with these BS parking laws, though?
Oh, yeah. So the day before I moved out, I got a parking ticket.
No.
So back in
Did we
Wisconsin,
talk about this already? Or maybe we did in real life?
maybe, I don't know. But back in Wisconsin, the garage at my parents' house was only a 2-car garage, and each of them had a car, so I had to park on the street.
L.
And yeah, and every month you couldn't just park there for free. You had to pay to park on the street, or else you get a ticket. So every month we'd pay like a certain amount of money, and that would allow us to park, on the street freely. In the winter, they have special parking laws so that trucks can like efficiently plow the snow, and it's that every night, if it's an even day, you park on where the even addresses are, and then on odd days you park on the odd side.
That's bullshit.
So that that was fine. There weren't many cars out, so I could just park on the other side and it was fine. But as it turns out, we lived on a street that was the dividing street between two cities. So, yeah. So, as it turns out, the parking laws were completely different between the two cities.
No.
So, I parked, every other night in a different city for like 2 to 3 months. And I had never gotten a citation for it until the last day before I moved out.
Bro.
And yeah, and like there weren't any like directions on, our city's website for like if you park on, these streets.
I feel like you should be able to
you
fight
only-
that in court.
Oh, we definitely could have. I don't think we wanted to waste the time though,
Fair.
because it was only like $25,
Oh,
so it wasn't that bad.
oh, okay.
Yeah, but like it's still shitty.
If it was
'Cause,
like if it was like a lot, I would have totally. Because like,
Yeah,
how are you supposed to
but
know?
what makes it even stupider is that so like I had to call both police departments for both cities to like figure out what was happening, and the other city was like, yeah, if you just now got this parking citation, that means that like you had like 5 or 6 freebies before,
What?
and now on like your 6th or 7th time, you're getting the ticket. And I was like, first off, I've done this, more than 7 times. Second off, if you're gonna give me a freebie, you have to tell me that I'm getting a freebie, or else I won't know that I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, that's fucked,
That's
bro.
the point of a warning.
Yeah.
There wasn't a warning, though. It was a freebie. They're giving out
Oh,
freebies, bro. Yeah, that's an L. Common police L.
Yeah.
We'll let this guy slide, but if he keeps his daily routine up, he's gonna hear from us pretty soon.
3 months later.
The boss ain't gonna be happy.
That's one of those things that, like, people just be saying shit. I think he probably made that shit up on the spot. He's like, I don't know what to fucking say.
He was covering for his, whoever ticketed me at this time because
Why
he wasn't ticketing me before.
Why would you have a dividing line be like the middle of a street like that?
I don't know.
That's-
But also, like, where else would it be?
Like,
Yeah,
wouldn't you want to?
Most
wouldn't-
dividing lines are streets.
But wouldn't you want just like? But then you get into issues like Jackson's, where like
It's
two
gonna
sides
happen.
of the street.
It's the same like in Indiana, Indianapolis and Fisher's Carmel area is divided by 96th Street. Everything south of 96th Street is IMPD business. Like if you get in a car wreck on the south side of 96th Street, IMPD comes. But if you're on the north side of 96th Street and you get in that car wreck, Fisher's or Carmel police come. Like they had to work all that out.
They come.
I just feel
I'm
like
gonna come.
Which cops come?
you should just make that street. That street should just be on one side of the line or the other. That way, everyone that lives on that street has the same city address.
Yeah, but who gets the street?
Mm-hmm. Does the city get the street? Do they get to get all the taxes from it, or is
Jackson,
like
open us to the box.
the other?
No, that's what I'm saying is that like don't have the line be on a street.
Bro,
Like
there's
move
no
move the don't have the
street is the
street
best
there.
way. Street is the best way.
But then have
If
it
there
just
wasn't a
be
street there, I'd be fucked.
if but then just have it like one's like that street is either in like that street is either in Indianapolis or that street is either in Carmel. Don't have it be in both.
Nope. It's in both.
That's whack. Mad inefficient.
True.
It should be like the
Bro.
right lane is Indianapolis's business and the left lane is Fisher's business.
That's like on either side of the
The only reason I would accept a street being in two separate cities like that is if it's going like the you know the left and the right side of the street isn't the dividing line. It's like the street crosses the line.
Like it's perpendicular to it rather than
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
it.
the street isn't the line. The street crosses the line.
What?
What do you mean what?
That's
What?
not how borders work. You can't just turn the border perpendicular, bro.
Not the border, the street.
Turn the street perpendicular.
No, I'm not saying that
Perpendicular.
you
That's
have
what
to.
kind of idea
I'm
this
not
is.
saying. I'm not saying you have to turn it. I'm saying I prefer a street that is going through. That's the only. I said that's the only way I'll
Wait,
accept
that-
it.
You just have a preference for like streets going perpendicular to.
No,
borders?
I'm saying like. If a street is going to be in two separate cities, that's the only way I'm going to accept it. Is if it's going from one city to another, not sharing the street like that. What do you mean? Why are you confused?
You got me
feel
so
like I'm being-
confused, bro. What do you what?
I feel like I'm being very. Am I not being clear? Like,
I
You're
understand
being
you,
clear.
Pierce.
I think Sam is high.
okay.
I'm confused as to like what do you what or
Oh, now Birdo's mad.
like, piss Birdo off, bro.
You're making me confused, bro. You're making me doubt myself. No, like if a street. Okay, I'm gonna have to like draw it for
It's
you.
not an actionable take. I know what you're saying, but like
I'm not
I
saying
guess
they
I
have to take
prefer
action.
streets
It's
that are
too
the
late.
same way.
No, it's too late to do it that way. I'm saying that I prefer streets.
Bro, sometimes
Like, if
it's
I- like, if
inevitable,
I had to
bro.
put
What, are you
different-
just not gonna put a street
No.
there?
No, I'm saying, like, I'm just saying, like, if I had to put them in a tier list, those streets would be higher than the other streets. I'm not saying we have to take action and, like, change those streets to be perpendicular. That would be way too hard.
All right, bro.
I'm just
I
saying,
value
like-
your input.
I'm just saying that I prefer those. I would put a perpendicular street in S tier, and a parallel street would go in. Well, I guess it wouldn't be parallel; it would be like
Border
equal.
Street.
Yeah,
Just call it
border
a border
streets F
street.
tier. In my tier list, that's the official tier list. Perpendicular streets in A tier. FS tier. They went down a bit.
What's an F tier street, bro?
Gotta be like one that's still made of like cobble, right?
Bro, okay, so
That shit's
different
so great.
states use different asphalt to like make their roads, and the roads in Arkansas are like rust brown clay color. It's disgusting.
That sounds sick.
No, it's
No,
so much
the
worse
worst,
than regular
the
asphalt,
worst
bro.
roads are like rock driveways.
Yeah, any
You gotta,
gravel
like-
road,
You gotta like
Bro.
drive slow.
Yeah.
you feel all the little bumps.
Yeah,
and
yeah, you
shit.
feel every single rock you're driving over. Yeah, that's an F tier street for sure. What's an S tier street though? Like we're being real. We're not talking about perpendicular border.
Lakeshore
a-
Drive in Chicago. The traffic is shitty,
Okay.
but what a beautiful view right by a
This dude
giant
was so
fucking
specific.
lake. You can see the whole thing.
My idea was like a smooth highway with no cars on it.
No, that's what I was thinking, but I appreciate Ethan being so specific.
Bro, it was either that to me or like the Pacific Coast Highway. Like, bro, how could you not love that? It
In
just
the
runs-
movies, bro?
Bro, yes.
That's the one.
I just meant like what Jackson said, like just like a certain type of street. But like, I appreciate you being thorough.
Bro, can you believe old people still don't know how to use roundabouts?
It's
Bro,
not
they've been
that
around
hard.
so long now, and
It's not hard.
they explain it to you on the way up. Like it says yield, but it does not say stop. You know?
Bro,
Bro,
people do
my
not
mom
know.
be stopping halfway through the circle to let the guy go.
Oh
I don't think people know what yield means. I feel like yield
Oh, they
signs.
don't.
Yield signs are like so rare. Like
No.
People either full stop at a yield when no car is coming, or they just blow straight through it without thinking about it. There's
Yeah.
never an in between.
I think the
Fair.
problem is that a lot of people don't stop at stop signs. They always kind of like roll through. They're basically
rolling
yielding
stop.
anyways. So like they've kind of
When they
blended
see
together.
yield.
So now like their yield and their stop is just one move that they always do. So because they've blended, the yield has become slightly longer with the addition of the stop. That's my
Bro,
theory.
Sam, what is going on?
He's on his
Bro,
phone.
I've given up. I'm just watching this game.
It's going so poorly, though.
I know.
We're
That's why
down
you
by
gave up.
11.
Oh. Are you still watching that live stream that's like 2 minutes behind?
Yeah. It's cut out a
Alright.
couple of times because the guy has like lost the page that he's streaming it from, but it's come back every time.
Ethan, what did you want more Batman? It's the last
Bro,
topic.
so I've been watching through the animated series, and holy shit, that first season, 65 episodes or something.
Yes, bro, it's
Oh
insane.
my god.
Oh my god. But I did also get distracted. I didn't end up just watching the one episode of Batman Beyond. I watched all of Batman Beyond.
What?
And I'm halfway through season 1 of BTAS.
That's insane. You got distracted and ended up just watching the entire sequel series?
It was like 3 seasons of 24 episodes, so I was like, I can just throw that on.
That's just one dude,
Five.
that's one season of BTAS. No, the
Exactly, you know?
other 2 seasons are normal.
Yeah,
They're like
I looked
20
and saw that.
episodes.
Which
Oh,
that's
bro.
been so great. I want to reiterate that what we talked about in the group chat for the podcast. In the animated series, like they have Bruce Wayne solve problems when he can, rather
Yeah.
than just always Batman.
And
And-
he's always careful to make sure that people don't realize that like he's doing this stuff that could be interpreted as Batman. He's always
Mhm,
like,
like
he's clumsy. He acts clumsy.
Yeah. And he'll like display just like moments of social ineptness to kind of like get around it. Like he'll act like he either doesn't
Like he's
get
a
something
goofball.
or- Yeah.
He's just a little goofball.
Goofball Wayne.
That's something that the movies have like never, or very rarely ever done. Is like
'Cause
get
they
Bruce
always-
Wayne like perfectly right.
Because they always have him just be the secluded billionaire part. They don't really do a good job of showing his, like... Well, I guess they kind of, like, in The Dark Knight, they did okay at showing him as a socialite at times, but he was always just more withdrawn than anything in that way.
Well, he's like the thing is he's just like he's a lovable like philanthropist. He's always like helping the city, and like he's always with girls, but he's always like he's kind of like he's like wholesome.
I mean, they call him, what, the son of the city, right? Like, at least in the comics, I think that's how people
That sounds right.
refer to, like, him after his parents' death, in particular.
Yeah, bro.
But, like,
I fucking love BTS. Bro, you gotta make sure you
So
watch You gotta make sure you watch Mask of the Phantasm.
Okay. What is that? A
It's
movie or
yeah,
show?
it's a movie. It's
Okay.
a BTAS movie,
Okay. I'm sure I
and
will
it
love that
is
then.
one of the best Batman movies. Like without a doubt, it is phenomenal. It's been my one before, but oh man, it's so yeah. You got to make sure you watch it or like in release order. It comes after season one, but like the
Okay.
show isn't really
Yeah, you don't have to watch it in order,
like
kind of.
yeah. It's just kind of like each episode's its own thing, so it's not like there's a timeline you have to watch it in.
I mean, sometimes like they'll chain some episodes together.
But Mask of the Phantasm's phenomenal. You got to make sure you watch that. Preferably before
I think
season
it's
3, though. Go ahead, Jackson.
I think it's time for ones, bro.
One time.
Oh man, I gotta think
One
about
time for the
what.
one.
All right, go Jackson.
Um, what the fuck have I done this week? Past 2 weeks, 1 week. We did an episode last week.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I gotta upload them all.
Oh god, Sam, your turn.
Um, let's see. What have I been doing this week? I think the one thing I've really been up to this week is playing the Metroid Prime remaster. I don't know if it was out last week when we did the
I think it
pod,
was because we talked
I
about the
think it
direct.
was.
and I might have made it my one then, but it's a fantastic remaster.
It could be your
Enjoying
one twice.
playing through that game with dual analog controls. It looks amazing, plays like a dream. Um, yeah, I'm just loving it. It's got me hooked.
Hell yeah.
Frick yeah, bro.
I'm
Hell
gonna
yeah.
pick up my physical
thought of
copy
mine.
tomorrow, hopefully. Because my Amazon copy got delayed, so I'm gonna try and go find it in the store.
Oh, nice.
Best
I
of
thought
luck.
of mine. I've been playing Persona 4 Golden for like I guess the past couple weeks. I don't remember, but yeah, very good game. I tried playing it a year or two ago when I got it on Steam, but I got bored after the 3 hour prologue, so then I didn't pick it back up. But now it and Persona 3 are on Game Pass, so I'm trying to get through those. Turns out once you actually get into gameplay, the game's pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's unlike Persona 5 where I liked all of the characters. I kind of hate all of the characters in Persona 4, but like in a good way.
Okay.
They're all like lovable assholes. And so yeah, I'm getting into it.
Hell
The
yeah.
I started watching they did anime like they did with Persona 5,
Okay.
but they like once they did so like there's Persona 4 and then Persona 4 Golden. They basically did the same thing with the anime where there was like an original Persona 4 the animation. But once they released Persona 4, I think it's called just the Golden animation or some shit. They like completely got rid of the original anime. Like
Whoa.
you can only watch it illegally. And it turns out it was better than the new version. So I've been watching that one alongside playing the game. And that one's like it's a really good anime too. So yeah, it's been pretty cool.
Let's
Nice.
go.
Popcorn 2, Ethan.
My one this week has got to be Batman the Animated Series. Just like we
Let's
were talking
go.
about earlier. I've just been really enjoying it. I'll just throw it on and like clean my house, and then I'll look over and I'll catch whatever character making a funky face as they say some line. It's amazing.
Making a funky face, bro.
They be funky, bro.
No, they don't.
Bro, you can't tell me. Like in
No, they
that
be
animation
funky.
style,
No,
they
they
turn
be
straight
funky,
towards
bro.
the camera, bro.
No, I love it. And
I think that leads us to our last
me.
one this week, What do you
To
got for
me,
us, Pierce?
The Last of Us.
Yo.
It has to. I'm fully convinced to buy that game whenever I get a PS5. So I started the series so I wouldn't have to, and then I'm just going to. I understand, like, bro, I totally get why, like, it's been remastered and remade within, like, 10 years. And, like, I totally understand why people would keep buying it over and over. Like, if I was playing that game from day one, I would be too. I understand why people want to keep reliving this story. It's just so
It is.
good.
In that last episode of the show, that beginning scene where they're in that people's spoilers. The beginning scene when they're in the
Spoilers for
house.
a show based off a 10-year-old game.
Yeah.
Hey, to be fair, I don't know how this is necessarily gonna end.
Yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
like I only know the big spoilers from the second game because they were like quote unquote controversial.
I know like
Just,
I know like bits like I only know the ending of the first game because of how it ties to the second game. That's the only reason that I know like anything about this game is because of how it ties to the second game. And then like but like I knew at the end that like it was probably a fake out with Joel because that's kind of what happens in the game. I didn't know that's exactly how it happens, but I knew that like Left Behind took place when Ellie is like finding supplies for Joel. But then like I got on Twitter and I saw that nobody was talking about it, so I knew that it had to be a fake out because like if people actually thought he was like dead or something, then everyone would be talking about it.
yeah.
And then I started seeing clips of the actual scene where it's like literally straight from the game. Um, oh, bro, it's so good. I've been thinking, like, I think my favorite moment in the series isn't like any of these emotional moments, you know, that like a lot of people really connect with, or like the action scenes. My favorite moment, I rewatched it last night. So fucking good, bro. It's the very end of um, episode one. They escape the QZ and they're leaving, and it cuts back to their like apartment, and the radio turns on, and it starts playing "Never Let Me Down" again. Um, and like the way it's framed, and then the music starts kicking in. The music's like cool, and then it like cuts to them running, and it's like raining and storming as like the camera pans up, and the like music starts getting louder. The camera pans up, and you see like destroyed Boston with like the thunder, and then you start hearing like the infected start roaring, and it just cuts to black. It's like what a great way to set up your series. Like that scene alone could hook anyone. Like it's just so like it's epic in literal terms. It's not like, oh man, that was epic. Like
Oh yeah.
it's literally like epic. It's like, oh man, this is awesome. I'm hyped. I'm ready to see what happens next. And then they brought
They
and I was thinking about that, and I was listening to that song like all day Sunday. And then they redid the song at the end of the last episode, like all sad and stuff when the episode closed off, and I was like, fuck. I was listening to this shit all day, like jamming out to it, and now it's making me sad. Oh man, this show kills me every week. It's great. Just
yeah.
a well-made show. Best video game adaptation, and it's like a big gap between this and like the next best thing.
Yes.
There's no competition for this right now, and I think it's going to be well before there will be.
Yeah. Gap these nuts, bro.
Consider them gapped.
Consider them gapped.